The first rates are up on your screen. We've got the Nifty opening at about 21,650. The Sensex opening at about 71,250, which is 180 points higher on the Sensex coming through right now. And the Nifty Bank is coming up with about a 70-point higher start. So these are tentative first rates coming through this morning. Maybe we could just look at this PSU index, the CPSE index, and that'll give you an overall picture of what the rates are looking like. There you go. It's starting 10 points higher, neither here nor there. 0.25% now, 54.65. Sonia is across on the big wall with more rates. Sonia.
All right, thanks a lot for that. So let me just begin first with the stocks that are reacting to their numbers, right? You have Coal India, which is top of mind. Strong earnings. It was a top line beat, and the market likes that, up almost about 2%. The volumes are also picking up on Coal India. Novelis had good numbers, so let's just pull up Hindalco. But the problem, as Nigel was also telling us, is that debt has moved up quite a bit, and that's something that the street definitely doesn't like. So look at that, Hindalco down almost about 10% as we speak, the biggest loser at this point in time. Talking about big losers, that big downgrade that has come in from Macquarie on Paytm, the street is not like that. 7.5% lower on Paytm this morning. A lot of PSUs are in focus. NHPC, SAIL, etc. saw large delivery selling yesterday. There is some follow-on selling this morning as well. SAIL is down about 4.5%, even on the back of its earnings, so keep an eye out on that. Bharat Forge, after the 14% knockdown yesterday, Bharat Forge is seeing an additional 2.5% lower this morning. That's also because of the weak commentary from the management, and a lot of brokerages are negative on Bharat Forge. As we mentioned a while back, most brokerages have their target prices below the 1,000 rupee mark. Apart from that, we also spoke about SAIL, right, and the selling pressure over there. Let's move on to some numbers in the broader markets. Time Technoplast had a good set of numbers. The earnings were strong. The profits were up 50%. On the weaker side, you had All Cargo Logistics, where the numbers have been weak. GSK Pharma, the numbers have been weak. Galaxy Surfactants as well. The EBITDA is down about 27%. So these are a couple of spaces that are not looking good. All Cargo Logistics now down almost about 5%. And in a bit, we'll get GSK Pharma. Look at the damage there. Almost 8% gone on GSK Pharma as we speak. And so, the market is definitely in a mood to punish any hint of bad news, whether it's weak earnings or it's downgrades that are coming in from brokerages. Paytm now down almost about 6%. Otherwise, it's a very, very flat opening. You can't really say that it's good or bad, just waiting for the market to settle, but plenty of stocks in focus. Nigel, back to you.
Well, I'm looking forward to my chat with the Hindalco management in the next few hours or so, because the stock is down. We'll require clarification of why such a big uptick in terms of capex. And the street doesn't spare it at all. It's down close to around 10% as we speak. Big selling out there. IRB Infra is another stock that's down close to around 4%. So some money being taken off the table on some of these stocks that went up one way. SAIL, I told you all earlier today, the adjusted numbers looked quite weak. They're sitting on inventory, and the debt number goes up as well. In the past 10 years or so that I'm tracking the company, every time it goes to 150, you're hoping that now this is its time. Apna time aaya. It's always something or the other comes about. And the stock, yet again, went to 150 rupees. It's back down at around 3.5% lower in today's trading session. But I'll wait for some more clarity, with regard to that real price revision that they're talking about, inventory in the books, and has debt peaked out. For the time being, the stock is reeling under pressure as we speak. Hindalco down 2.5%. Nalco, ahead of its numbers, is down close to around 2%. On the flip side, there are a few stocks that are doing well. Gujarat Pipavav, I think they came out with a set of numbers which looked pretty okay. The stock is up close to 5.5%. JM Financial is up close to around 5%. And IRFC as well. Some of these railway themes are coming back. RVNL as well is up close to around 3% or thereabouts. And as we did that market check, the markets that were up, the Nifty that was up 50 points, has come down to around 5 points.
Nigel, Paytm has recovered about 4% from the day's low. So the low was about 386, and it's come up to about 400 plus now. 407 is where we are. So there is at lower levels buying which is emerging, most definitely. And I think that's interesting to see. So 2 million plus shares on Paytm already coming through. But, this is the first 2 or 3 minutes of trade that we're looking at. Just a few more names before we go any further. Market breadth is negative, but it's vastly different than yesterday. Yesterday was just completely one-sided. Today it's not. So Hindalco, I think, as you mentioned, 10% lower. It's the number one volume traded loser right now. SAIL is at number 2 with a 5% cut. JSL, Jindal Stainless, I think is down 9%, 536 there. Parag Milk, which had a very sharp move, is at number 4 with largest volume-led loss, 5%, 4.5, 4 3/4 lower. There is Sterling Wilson, which is down 5%, 555. We mentioned Glaxo, Sonia mentioned Glaxo, 6.5 lower. HEG, Nigel was talking about that, the numbers, etc., 4% lower. There is IRDA, which is down 5%. EMS Limited is down about 5%. Stocks at about 527. All Cargo is down 5%. Again, we highlighted the numbers earlier with Upasana. LG Equipment is down 6%. There is Jyoti CNC, which is down 5%. And then volumes kind of thin out. I think market breadth now almost evened out 1:1 in the broader market, and that's the number to kind of watch out as well. Some of the top gainers, some of the top volume-led gainers are PSUs. NHPC is back up 5%. It'll come up. IRFC is down 7.5% at 152. RVNL is up 5.5%. IRCON is up 6%. So this is, Central Bank is up 3%. Cochin Shipyard is up 3.75%, all with large volumes. Bank of India is up about 3%. GMDC is up 5%. NLC India is up 6%. So the Shipping Corporation is up about 2.6%. So the PSUs, which saw a violent shake-off, there is no real big follow-through. At least that's the first couple of minutes of what we are seeing in terms of price action. Many are up, some are down, but that's largely on the back of some specific earnings disappointments, etc., which we will get to in more detail as we go along. The Nifty is up about 20 points or so. It's it's not a dramatic open. It's like any other decent start that we have.